Hey guys, Josh Henkin here, creator of the Ultimate Sandbag Core Training System. What we're going to talk about today is how our program fits into the whole concept of movement-oriented training. Now, movement has become one of those buzzwords along with core training and functional training that really is left unclear and becomes very trendy to use by trainers and coaches. Without a clear definition, it can seem like anything can be related to movement training. Unfortunately, when you actually analyze most training programs, they're often redundant in the movement programs and the movement abilities that they're teaching people within the scope of the program. So what we're going to do is break down something as simple as hip extension and show you how our Ultimate Sandbag system actually teaches you many varieties of hip extension can be within one workout and 3 very simple exercises. So the first drill we're going to do, and you can do this in a complex, meaning you can do 5, 5, 5, right, all in a row because they're sequenced so that you start with the heaviest or the most power producing drill, and then we're going to progress into a stability based drill. So what Jim's going to do is he's going to grab our sandbag here into a zercher position. Now with the band attached, he's going to have resistance to be more explosive. He's going to focus on driving his heels into the ground and pop his hips forward. So his hinge back, you'll see that he pushes the hips back behind an imaginary plumb line, and the explosion comes from him driving his heels into the ground. We're getting great work in the thoracic extensors here because remember the extension of the body works synergistically. So if one's in flexion, it's going to be hard for the other one to extend. Nice, Jim. So normally you can do this with a lot of power or you can do it with a lot of weight. A great drill to start off the complex. Nice job, Jim. Jim's going to now remove the bag from our ultimate core strap. So that was just a version of a bilateral hip extension lift. Now we're going to move into a rotational clean. So now we're going to have him actually produce hip extension in a different pattern, both with his body, in the orientation of his body and where the load is placed. Nice. That pivot is key, and the right leg becomes a power leg. So now he's not just developing power in his space of stability, he's starting to add rotational power to the scheme. Nice. Let's do one more, Jim. Good. Then lastly, we can simply move into one of our X pattern lunges. Now lunging itself becomes a stability drill. However, we can do what we call an X pattern, where Jim's going to put the bag on one shoulder and one bag down by his hip. So typically we keep the bag on the shoulder and the side, that's going to be our lead leg. He's stepping back and he's going to shoot his hips through. Nice, Jim. So what he's doing is not just stepping back and trying to come up, he's stepping back and pushing through the lead heel to bring his hips forward. So at the very top, his right glute should be contracting very tightly. So now what we're doing with is stability of hip extension along with him fighting rotation of the sandbags. And relax. Good. Nice job, Jim. So by sequencing this all together, you can develop movement capabilities in different planes of motion and under different stresses, both in stability and load. That's why our Ultimate Sandbag system is so powerful at developing movement skills outside of just the barbell-based exercises. So try out this exercise more. We're going to come back with some new complexes in a moment.